You've been
And
playing another
then
game,
yeah, Aliens. I forgot the subtitle. What's
Dark
it called?
Descent.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, that's the other one, but no, that's this one. Yeah. So, Aliens: Dark Descent is a game that is pretty freaking good if you're into like PC like strategy games. It's definitely in that vein. It's not it. It's kind of crazy how like um there's so much minutia in this game that you have to
Mm-hmm.
manage, which is really it's super cool because it's a stealth game, it's a combat game, it's also a like squad management game, kind of like Darkest Dungeon, where you have to like manage their mental health and
Oh,
like
I like that comparison.
yeah. So it's like it's at the start. The story at the start is really bad. I recommend skipping it. Don't even pay attention. Just like skip. Get to the main part where you're in this ship and you're sending your dudes down to this other ship that has aliens on it, and you're trying to retrieve survivors, retrieve important intel for
Mm-hmm.
Wutai,
Mm-hmm.
and like all these things. And that's just kind of the basis of it. Is like you're up in the ship, you got your dudes, you're like, hey, how's everything going? Okay, let's go retrieve the stuff, and then you go, and it's on a set map, which is super cool. It's not randomly
Mm-hmm.
generated, so there's a level of like handcraftedness that games need to like keep being interested, and also
Especially these kinds of games
especially
need
these,
that.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
because it allows you to be like, okay, I know where this is, I've seen this before, like okay, I know how to approach this, but they're able to drop you in at different spots with
Hmm.
different goals and different like it's a huge ship with like a huge map with different layers and different floors and just all these things, so you're constantly forced to explore, and you're forced to like maybe kill some people on your team if you need to, like okay, let's peek around the corner and like okay, he's gonna get killed, but at least I know that that's the thing I need is over there. Yeah, if you it's not as XCOM as I thought it would be. It's way more action focused than I was anticipating. Like there's a
Because
fun
there's
thing
like
where you
aspects of. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
yeah, there's a fun thing where you can like get into the back of like an army vehicle with like a big gun on the
Oh,
back and
really?
just kind of like yeah, just like drive a car around and like
Huh.
shoot aliens. Yeah, so it's like there's just if you can get to that point, it's really fun.
I like the demo that we played at PAX was
Mm,
great because it put you on the ship and you had to kind of move, like you said, move from room to room, taking care of things, making these decisions, watching the mental health of these folks, watching the sound you make, um, and managing them
yeah.
individually because of their different skill sets and stuff. But I stupidly, one of the things that I absolutely loved was when your like
There it
your
is.
level of anxiety. Oh, that's cool. When your level of anxiety would start to like get up higher and your character start to freak out, you get into a room and you just seal that door behind you and you're like, okay,
Yeah.
everybody calm down. The xenomorphs can't get in this room. Just calm down. And like during the demo, I was all excited. I'm like, oh, cool, my guys are gonna calm down here. Okay. There's no Xeno because you see them on the little mini map. They start to show up, and then those fuckers will just bust into the room with like an
Yeah.
area that I had forgotten to seal off. They'll break in, and like half my squad was murdered. I think JJ
Yeah.
was laughing at me snapping the video, but
Yeah.
it seems like that anxiety level is
Mm.
is definitely a big part of this.
Yeah, it's really interesting because like you can play that. Like I was thinking it's gonna be like Aliens one type of like
Mhm.
xenomorph where you just like can't be stopped, but it's more Aliens two where it's like they're just coming at you and you're just like mowing them down, which is
Uh-huh.
cool. But there's also instances where it's like, okay, am out of ammo. What do I do? Okay, well, this is where the more tactical people in your squad come in and they're like, okay, let's lay down
Gotcha.
mines and traps and let's like figure this out. 'Cause there's a lot of instances where that can happen. Yeah, it's a really well thought out strategy game. Um,
Cool.
if you like aliens and you like these types of like weird PC, uh, it's definitely a PC game. Like if you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
definitely a PC game, yeah. Even though
so yeah,
this is a PlayStation trailer, it's like, no, play it on PC.
it's one of those. I forget who. Some people made a Warhammer game that's really popular, like Gothica
Yeah,
Fleet or
whatever. Yeah.
something. Like made this, and yeah, it's definitely there. But yeah, there's the typical
Yeah.
android where he's like, I'm evil, because that's
There,
what this series
there,
has. Oh.
there's a lot of like a lot more story elements that they're showcasing here. None of that was in the actual demo that you
Yeah,
so
the
that's
tutorial. Yeah, so the basic hook is like, okay, there is a mole in the Marines. Someone snuck on aliens an alien inside of like a tube onto the ship, and
typical.
yeah, and it's like we can't let Wu Tai know because it'll damage our goods and we'll make less
Mhm.
money, like that kind of thing. But eventually, past the tutorial where I said skip it because that's all they talk about, it sucks. But
Mhm.
past that, you start learning about more intricate dramas
Hmm.
happening within the Marines and with Wu Tai and all these things. Is like rogue groups living on the planets who abandon Wu Tai and like all these things. It's really cool. If you like
Okay.
Alien, you're gonna
Yeah.
like this. Yeah,
Nice.
definitely worth it. It's 60 gigabytes, so
Okay.
if that's a turnoff for you, I know some people are like, if it's above 20, I'm not gonna play it. But like, it's yeah, but yeah, it's definitely good.
Cool.
People thought we were kind of crazy when you gave it one of your favorite awards at the show.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, so
it's this game doesn't trailer well. I
Right.
don't think
Yeah.
it's a completely different experience
Okay.
when you're sitting down and actually doing this, playing this game, and being sometimes overwhelmed by the choices you have to make to not die.
yeah, so like I played the tutorial and I got through the story stuff and I DM Taylor. I was like, dude, this game sucks. Like I was like, dude, this game was the worst. Oh my god. And then like I said, I saw a Mandalore video who's a reviewer that I like to watch.
Yeah, I love
And
Mandalore.
he said, hey, this game's good. I was like, I'll go back to it. And I did. I was like, okay, I was wrong. Horrible tutorial. Everyone I've seen who's talked about this game has agreed. Like the initial story is
That's good
just
to know.
bad. Just
Yeah,
like
we're in that era of gaming where there isn't good tutorials anymore. It's just
yeah.
Sweet.
So if you're an alien man or alien woman, alien they them,
An
play
alien
it.
aficionado play this.
Yeah.
Cool. I am one of those, so I'm excited for that.
Alright.
This I'm not a strategy person, but I was actually really looking forward to this game. So
that's good. That's strategy
it's
in a
it's pretty
strategy light.
it's pretty
Yeah.
straightforward. Just
Yeah,
kind of like
yeah.
click and like shoot and going, but there's still strategy to like, oh, do I want this guy to die or not? Like,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So,
choices. We all make choices.